Well done. Well, a Liverpool win and first goal for Liverpool. Sum up your night.
No, amazing. It was good to get back out there and score my first goal here at Anfield and the win as well. So it's a good night.
Is there a sense of relief after the first 40 seconds or so when you might have scored?
Yeah, of course. I should have scored that one as well. But that's a part of being a striker. You miss some and you score some, and I think the most important is to shake it off and to be ready for the next one.
Yeah, you did that. What does it mean? I mean, you must think a lot about that first goal, getting that first goal. So seeing it arrive.
Yeah, no, I just try to play my game and not think too much, and I feel confident in myself. That things will work out, and that when I get my chances, I'll put them away. That's my mindset, and I'm happy I put one away today.
Well, you're working on your fitness, I know, but are you fit and ready to go from the start on Saturday? Because it looks like you might be needed.
Oh, I feel good. I think with every game I play, it's very helpful and it gets me in better shape. So hopefully I'm just getting more and more ready.
How close are you to 100%?
It's difficult to say. I think it's a mixture of fitness-wise and also football-wise. But I feel good. I feel like I'm in a shape to at least make a difference.
Yeah, it's a shame for Hugo. Another goal for him, the winner. But he just got a bit carried away, I think, didn't he?
Yeah, I'm sure he just wasn't aware of being on a yellow in that moment. Can sometimes be emotional, and so when you score a goal and you're just in that moment. So of course it's unfortunate.
Well done tonight, though.
Thank you.
Well, first of all, Arne, how's Giovanni Leone? Because that looked nasty.
Yeah, that's what it did. If a player goes off like that, that is normally not a good sign. But as you probably can understand, we have to. How do you say this in English? We have to wait and see what it is. But normally not positive if a player goes off like this.
How do you sum up the team's night, the performance? Another late win. How do you evaluate it?
Yeah, late win indeed. Not the best performance, which is I think what you can expect if you play a complete new team, and that is maybe not the biggest problem, but so many players that haven't played for a long time. So you take that into account into some performances, but there were also positives to take. I think Giorgi Mamedashvili had a very good game. Giovanni Leone had a very good game. Federico Chiesa had a very good game.
Alexander Isak, a first goal.
A first goal from Alexander, another goal from Hugo. So there were also positives to take from the game, but in terms of how we played as a team, not taking anything away from Southampton, by the way, because they did really well. It wasn't our best performance.
Is Alexander Isak ready to go from the start on Saturday? Because obviously with Hugo sent off, you might need him.
Yeah, we might need him, yes. It's been 1 week and 2 days now, I think. When his season not even started, because we played Burnley and it didn't took him. So it's been now 6 or 7 days ago that he played his first minutes for Liverpool. So yeah, that's why also we took him off at half time to have him available for the weekend again. And we might need him now. We were always going to play him in the weekend, either shorter time or a longer time. But we might need him now a bit longer.
What can you say about Hugo? He just got a bit carried away, it would seem.
Yeah, and that I didn't really understand, because maybe I'm a bit old-fashioned and old school. But if I would have scored a goal after going past 3 men and then hit it in the top corner, I would maybe celebrate it completely by myself. But if I got an assist like that from Federico Chiesa, I would have probably turned around and pointed at him like, yeah, you've made this whole goal for me. So that's why I was a bit surprised how he celebrated it, and then even worse, took his shirt off and got his second yellow.
A lesson.
Yeah, not because it's the second. I think it's always stupid to take your shirt off and take a yellow, because if this happens somewhere in the game, then every time you make a foul could be a second yellow. And like I said, I think if you score a goal like this, at least that's how I would have acted. I would have gone to the guy that gave me the assist, but that is not so important. It's stupid to take your shirt off.
We hope for good news about Giovanni. Thank you very much indeed. Good to see you again.
Hello, Mikel. You have actually assembled a hell of a lot of forwards, you know, so do you think this group is one of the most exciting, one of the most attacking groups within the Premier League? I mean, that's clearly been a goal.
For sure, if you look at the players that we have, starting from the keeper, very attacking goalkeeper, the most attacking goalkeeper in the league by far. The centre backs, one of them, the most attacking one. In one phase, the most attacking one. The two fullbacks, you look at every stat, that's it. Zubimendi playing there. We play with a player on the right-hand side, attacking midfielder, played as a 9 last year. So how attacking that is. More than a 9 playing in midfield. I haven't seen it in the league. Attacking midfielder, it was a 9. And 3 from players that are very, very much attacking. So I think we have a lot of attacking, different qualities for attacking players, some of them more talented in some areas than others in relation to the game that we play, but yeah, very good.
The goalkeeper, does he give you heart failure at times, or are you always encouraging him to do that?
I would say
Is it something you like?
if one day I go, no, it's about understanding the risk rewards, you know. I like to bet £1 to win 1 million. 1 million to win £1 is not a bet that I want to put on, you know. So it's just understanding which area of the pitch, what's the value that's going to give you in relation to the return.
Can I just ask you also about the trophy? You've been incredibly successful here as a player in winning domestic trophies. You've already won one as a manager here. The Carabao Cup, you know, is sometimes derided a little bit, isn't it? As a trophy, just how much does it mean to you? You know, this season as an opportunity, you know, where does it stand in English football generally?
Well, I think it's changed a lot over the years since I was a player here at the beginning, the perception of the Carabao Cup before and now, and you have to see the lineups of the teams when you go and play in the competition. We all want to win trophies. This is certainly one that we're going to fight for, and we're going to prepare in that way because every trophy that we are involved in, we want to win it.
Just on last year, obviously you got to the semi-final in this competition, and a couple of injuries along the way. Are you a bit wary of you know, the load on the players that's going to be with 4 competitions to play? You know, I mean, I know it's early stages of this competition, but is that a concern for you?
Yes, but at the moment as well, we have players that they haven't played that many games, and especially because it's the start of the season and the international break, and we only play once with a midweek. I think there is moments still now that is going to be very beneficial for the team and certain players to play minutes, and then we will have to see obviously throughout the season how the load is getting into certain individuals and try to manage it.
And just on Nwaneri, do you see him as more of an option in midfield or in a tactic that we'll see if Martin's not around and Ed's, you know, can't play 3 games in a week? Is he sort of your next creative option?
Yes, he can play in both attacking midfield position. He can play as a right winger with different qualities that are right winger, but anything that is shifted to that right side is when Ethan's qualities, you know, are at the optimal level, and I will see that tomorrow.
You talk about Max getting kicked by his own teammates. He also gets kicked by others.
Not with a bad intention. I mean, it's an immediate. Someone not makes you at 14. Is what do you do?
In a good way. So in a game like tomorrow, against a League One outfit who are very physical, would you have any hesitation in starting him? A lot of minutes?
No, because you was the game he played with 23s. It happened. I was the game England against Spain, and in the first 40 minutes it was 9 fouls. You know, so it's going to happen. He's going to have to learn as well when to release the ball, when to attract his starting position. Very similar to Bukayo at the beginning as well. Those players are going to attract players, contact, attention, and they have to be very smart when you want that contact and when you don't want, and what you have to do to avoid it.
What's his temperament like when he does get kicked, from what you've seen? How does he react?
He just gets up.
That's quite rare for him.
Yes, very rare. Sometimes I get surprised emotionally how cool he can be. I think it's about repetition. He's so used to it, you know, that now he knows that let the referee deal with it, and my team is probably to defend me, and we carry on playing.
Mikel, going back to Max, talking about he can look after himself on feet, but he's 6 foot tall already. This is a growing lad who once he learns the darker arts, maybe able to dish it out himself?
Well, let's see. But he's super smart. I mean, his football IQ, the way he makes decisions, the way he moves, he does it naturally. You know, it's not too much to coach there. There is the competitive part of the game that we need to evolve with him, for him to understand the nature of the game, a lot of the things that probably he doesn't pay too much attention to. But that comes with minutes, with experience, and by sharing a dressing room with these boys that they're going to take him through a lot of stuff.
Finally, Isak.
From Sunday, aside from the handbrake comment, the consensus from a wide majority of the Sky Sports pundits was that Mikel Arteta's too cautious. This cautious approach is why Arsenal can't reach the high level and get trophies, etc., etc. What did you make of that narrative of you being too cautious and deploying a cautious approach which could have potential in the future?
But I'm going to convince somebody that feels that way to something else. I cannot spend my energy of that. I think when you look at the winning record on this football club, the goals that we score, the clean sheet that we have, the way we play, the way we played against Manchester City, in the territory we play against Man City. But I mean, I cannot waste that opportunity. And if the intention of those comments, which ones are the good ones, positive, to be better for us, not to be so good for us, so depending where the comment is coming from, I think that's when I can analyze it. See what is the intention, what is the purpose of that? Because I had a lot of things using my phone. They could not believe what we did to Manchester City. And people that are coaches, managers, CEOs, presidents, so proud. And I look at the players and the people around, so I'm much more filled and fueled with that with other ones that they want to make that.
And in terms of the Carabao Cup, do you see this as a big opportunity to not only win it, but maybe possibly win it and it can have knock-on effect with the other competition?
Yes, because others winning a game has always a positive impact in the group, in the energy, in the atmosphere, confidence. So winning tomorrow is going to help us for Newcastle, that's for sure. And because we have obviously the duty to try to win the competition, without a doubt.
Mikel, just a quick one.
Okay.
So, it's busy space for the team. Obviously, it's busy space for the fans as well. Bilbao, Port Vale, Newcastle away. What's your message to the fans?
Well, to maintain what they are doing, because it's amazing. Everywhere we go, the support, the energy that they bring to the team, really value, because they could be doing something else and they choose to come and follow the team and stay close to us. And the more we do that, the better we're going to be. So thank you.
Okay, guys, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Every word Mikel Arteta said on Port Vale, the Madueke injury, Arsenal's bad luck, and Max Dauman. Mikel Arteta addressed the media ahead of Arsenal's midweek League Cup tie against Port Vale, and Football.London has all the highlights, including updates on injuries and squad changes. Following a frustrating draw with Manchester City that saw points slip away, Arteta's mind was firmly set on regrouping and returning to winning ways. Updates on Madueke, Hincapie, and Odegaard. On Noni Madueke's injury. Yes, unfortunately, he will be out for a few weeks. We'll have to scan him again next week to see the full extent. He felt something early in the match, tried to push on, but by half-time the pain had gotten worse, so we had to take him off. Is it weeks, not months? Yes, that's our hope. It doesn't look like it's terrible. We'll get better clarity once we have the scans. How is he handling it mentally? He was devastated. It's particularly disappointing because he'd been in great form, gaining consistency, becoming a real threat. Losing him is a big blow for us. On Piero Hincapie. He has picked up a minor groin issue. We'll assess him over the next few days. There was a shift in his training load, plus he didn't really enjoy a full pre-season due to timing. It's likely a short-term setback. Weeks or months? I'd lean toward a short absence, not months. On Kai Havertz. With Kai, it's more serious. We expect it to be months. I can't predict exact recovery timelines, he's unique, but he's progressing well, and we miss him a lot. I hope he returns for the long term. Coping with recurring injuries, luck or something more. In light of the injuries piling up, not just this season but across recent ones, naturally the question came. Is it just bad luck, or is there a deeper issue? Arteta's take. We analyze everything. The Madueke injury, the Kai one, they're certainly unfortunate. With Martin Odegaard, for example, He hurt his shoulder twice doing the same action while falling. That's rare. Bukayo's issue is muscular. There may be deeper factors, so we're digging into every angle. Our aim is to minimize these occurrences as much as possible. This concern isn't new. Arteta has previously described prolonged injury crises as becoming an accident waiting to happen when a squad is pushed too hard over many matches. ESPN.com. +1. Port Vale match and squad rotation. Looking ahead to a cold night in Stoke with the League Cup match looming, Arteta was clear about his intentions. Many squad players deserve minutes, and Kepa is certainly among them. He's shown great attitude, supports the group fully, and has earned his chance. Was he surprised by external criticism labeling Arsenal as too cautious or playing with a handbrake on? Surprised? In football? Not really. I don't read everything. But if I hear a narrative that's far from what I see and believe, I'll reflect. We dominate matches, but control and dominance can be interpreted differently. I accept the criticism. I'll learn if there's something new to see. On giving younger players opportunities, particularly Max Dowman, Arteta was thoughtful and measured. Managing someone so young is a challenge. His life, schedule, training load, sleep, diet, all change. He needs balance. We try to integrate him gradually, exposure with youth sides and with the first team, so when he's called upon, he's ready. Asked how senior players react when a teenager like Max steps up and occasionally outmuscles them, he laughed. At first, there were jokes like kick him, but Max stood up, got back up, played on. You can't help but admire a kid who just turned 14 last year doing that. Now everyone loves him. He's a lovely person, and we have a duty to give him every chance to thrive. Miles, Bukayo and Gabriel, minutes, roles, and comebacks. On Miles. He faces natural competition. You can be in form, but others are playing well too. The moment he's given a chance, he must show his level. That's how you make decisions harder to resist. Will he remain as left back or shift into midfield? Fluidity is key. He attacks like a midfielder. But yes, he's shown he can do the left back role at the highest level, even in the Champions League. On Martin Degarde's shoulder. No surgery required. He's training now and should return in days, not weeks. On Bukayo Saka's return after a month out. He definitely needs minutes to get back into rhythm, regain confidence, repeat actions, feel sharp again. We'll reintroduce him gradually, but I liked what I saw when he came on last time. On Gabriel Martinelli's flexibility. Yes, we're considering using both him and others in more fluid ways. Gabriel has shown he can affect the game from wide or central positions depending on how the match unfolds. Closing thoughts on narrative and criticism. Returning to the handbrake narrative, Arteta was candid. When I see the statistics and how the team plays, I'm surprised by some of these takes. But I respect opinions. If I learn something new, I will. That's part of the process. Asked whether it irks him that critics often judge the style without fully understanding the approach, he replied, "No. I'm not surprised. I've never been surprised by criticism in football. What matters is that internally, we stay true to our principles, keep improving, and stay connected to the reality of how we see the game." The ripple effects, atmosphere, tactics, and expectations. Arteta's comments and the injury news have already rippled through the club, affecting preparations, morale, and public expectations. With a squad stretched by time and fitness concerns, every decision now carries more weight. Tactics under strain. Missing key contributors like Madueke, Hincapie, and Kai alters not just personnel, but how Arteta can approach each match. Defensive balance becomes more delicate without Hincapie's full fitness. He provides cover and recovery that allows fullbacks to push forward. Attacking fluidity suffers without Madueke's presence. He had become a winger who drifts inside, stretching defenses. Midfield control, especially in games where Arsenal must chase or protect leads, will hinge heavily on Odegaard's return and the depth behind him. Several backup players will now find themselves in the spotlight sooner than expected, and their performances in cup competitions or lesser matchups could shape how the rest of the season plays out. Squad morale and the young core. 4 younger players like Miles and Max Dowman, this season is a blessing hidden in challenge. The gap created by injuries may force earlier integration, giving them real stakes, high-pressure minutes, and experience they might not otherwise receive so soon. But the flip side is also true. Expectations will rise, mistakes will be spotlighted, and patience may run thin. Internally, the coaching staff is walking a tightrope, pushing youngsters to seize opportunity while shielding them from burnout or loss of confidence. Arteta's comments on managing sleep, diet, and match load suggest the club has recognized the physical and psychological demands at play. External pressure and media narratives. Arteta's acknowledgement of media narratives, particularly the handbrake line, signals how aware he is of public perception. The weekend draw against Manchester City became a flashpoint. Many analysts seized on Arsenal's cautious approach instead of their moments of control. That he would go on record responding shows how much the club wants to control not only matches, but the story surrounding them. Fans, too, have voiced divided opinions online, some praising depth and rotation, others demanding consistent starting lineups and high-risk attacking football. Social media threads are already scrutinizing each injury update, lineup change, and press quote in real time. What's at stake? League position and title aspirations. At the top level, every dropped point or disrupted match rhythm matters. Arsenal's competitors, Manchester City, Liverpool, Tottenham, will not stand still. How the Gunners navigate this injury patch may define whether they mount a serious title challenge or quietly slip behind. Champions League ambitions. European recovery and progression demand squad depth. Arteta's rotation choices will be put to the test against sides that exploit fatigue and small margins. The stronger Arsenal's bench proves to be, the better their chance of going far. Player futures and contract negotiations. At the individual level, performances during adversity often shape careers. Young talent stepping up may force new conversations. Fringe or recovering senior players may find their contracts or roles reassessed. And long-term injuries could shift planning at transfer windows. Fan trust and club identity. With Arsenal branding itself as a progressive, attacking side under Arteta, fans expect courage, fluidity, and commitment even in adverse conditions. How the team responds, whether with resilience or conservative setups, can influence trust in the coach and club direction.